Mangaluru on high alert after suspicious blast in auto rickshaw. Security beefed up, probe underway. Coimbatore link now emerges to the Mangaluru blast. Police detains one person from Ooty whose identity was used by the key accused Sharik. Delhi police launch search operation in New Delhi's Maidan Gadi pond for the skull of Shraddha Walker. Delhi police launch a search operation in New Delhi's Maidan Gadi pond for the skull of Shraddha Walker. FIFA fever takes over. The stage is set for the World Cup 2022. Starting the show with some breaking news now coming in connection with the Mangaluru blast. Police are suspecting that the key accused, Sharik, had come to plant the bomb. Police also suspect that he had prepared the bomb in Mysuru. That's the latest that we are picking up. Let's just get you some more details with regards to the investigation that has been carried out so far. The first big breaking news we'll also get across to Prajwal, my colleague. Essentially, the police suspects that the person who had come to plant the bomb was Sharik. The injured passenger had prepared the bombs in Mysuru, and the passenger had travelled to Mangaluru by bus along with the bomb. The suspect had deboarded the bus on the outskirts of Mangaluru in Padil. After deboarding the bus, the suspect was seen walking towards the pump well. The suspect had boarded the auto while he was walking towards the pump well. Suspect has sustained burn injuries to his face, and the family members have now been called in to identify him. Let me try and bring in my colleague Prajwal, who's getting us the latest. In fact, Republic TV is the only national news network to be on the ground to getting you the latest. Remember what really happened in the state of Tamil Nadu when it came to that explosion, or rather what the Tamil Nadu government was initially indicating, a cylinder blast in Coimbatore. Now it turns out that there is also a link here with regards to the Coimbatore attack that took place, and now what's really happening in Mangaluru. Let's go across to Prajwal, who's getting us the latest details. In fact, he's also sending us more details. We're also being told that the commissioner of Mangaluru has spoken to my colleague Prajwal. Let's listen.
So far, what have the investigations revealed, sir?
Yesterday, there was one incident in Mangaluru outskirts where suddenly sound, smoke and fire caught up in the auto as it is seen by the eyewitnesses. And two people, one person suspected to be carrying one bag, and auto driver. Both of them have been shifted to the hospital, and hospital authorities are yet to allow us to speak to them. So from them we haven't deciphered any information yet. And we have taken up a case in Kankanadi police station limits under relevant sections of law, and we are investigating.
Okay, sir, Tamil Nadu DGP has also stated that he's spoken to the Karnataka counterparts because this might be a relationship with the Coimbatore blast. He's issued a statement in this regard.
That I am not aware of. I am updating all the information which I get to my senior officers. I don't know if somebody else has spoken to them.
Well, in fact, we're also getting in some more breaking news right now as Mysuru police essentially suspects that one of the accused, or rather the suspect, had rented a room in Mysuru's Loknayak Nagar 10th Cross. That's the latest that's coming in. In fact, Prajwal is also sending us more details that he was actually staying here for the last few months in Mysuru. So it turns out that this is completely pre-planned. Prajwal, two sets of details now emerging on the investigation that's been carried out so far. First, take our viewers through the details of the injured passenger, and the connection that is essentially emerging right now?
Shravan, now mainly looking at the injured passenger, he has actually been identified as Sharik, but the police still have doubts whether it is him or not over here, and therefore Sharik's family members have been called in from Shimoga to come to Father Mullah Hospital in Mangaluru, and they will also be coming here shortly at the hospital. Anywhere between 7:30 to 8 p.m. is what is being expected, where a team of cops are escorting Sharik's family members here to Mangaluru to identify him, because one of the main reasons is the fact that his even his face has been burnt, and it is no the cops are not able to recognize is one of the reasons, and mainly the mode of transport used was also being questioned over here, and sources in the know of the investigation have pointed out the fact that Sharik, who is the suspect now, has gone on to board a bus from the Mysuru bus stand, the KSRTC Mysuru bus stand at the heart of the city there, and then he has deboarded the bus at Padil bus stand, which is on the outskirts of Mysuru, and from Padil he has moved to Pumpwell by foot, and on the way while he was passing through Nagari, he's gone on to board an auto at that point of time, and as soon as he boarded the auto, they have traveled for around 2 to 2.5 kilometers, where the auto has gone up in flames. Now, one crucial information over here is the fact that while they were traveling in the auto, there was a speed breaker, a hump which was present, and at that point of time the driver has sped the auto, due to which he's lost control of the vehicle there, and it is being understood that the pressure cooker which was inside the auto tube bounced along with the vehicle, and due to this particular impact, one of the major reasons was that the auto exploded. Auto exploded along with the cooker which was present inside it, where there were electronic devices which were seized, and also proving this fact was the information which was given by the Chief Minister of Karnataka, saying that there was an LED device which was present along with many relay circuits and wires too. And moving on later, as soon as there were several people who were present over here, they doused the flames immediately when they saw a man burning, rushing towards them, and they also doused the flames of the auto with water, and immediately he was taken to the police station. Now, coming to the part in Mysuru where the suspect had gone on to rent a house, it is now being known that he had rented this house for the past 6 months, and he had gone on to procure materials, explosive materials needed for explosives over here, and he had rented this house from one Mr. Mohan Kumar, and he used to pay a sum of 1,500 rupees as rent per month, and even at his house as well, even in this room where he was present. Okay.
Well, Prachul, sorry to interrupt you, because we're also playing out the other details that's emerging right now. This is what your sources had to indicate. I'll request you to take us through more details, but let me just quickly take through what we know so far. Mysuru police have essentially found out about the whereabouts of the Mangaluru blast suspect. The suspect had rented a room in Mysuru's Loknayak Nagar 10th Cross. In fact, the suspect was staying here for the past few months in Mysuru, had rented the room from landlord Mohan Kumar. Police have conducted a spot inquest at the suspect's room in Mysuru. That's the latest that's being brought in by my colleague Prajwal. Prajwal, it turns out that he was staying there. They also suspect that there is a possibility that the bomb was actually made in Mysuru itself.
Absolutely, Shravan, you have pointed this out well, because what we get to understand is that the bombs were already prepared in Mysuru, and to prove evidence to this particular fact, the Mysuru cops who raided his room in 10th Cross in Loknayak Nagar have now finally recovered some explosive material which was used to prepare bombs. They have also recovered pressure cookers from his room, as well as more number of batteries, as well as circuits and wires as well. There were also bulbs which was present there, and also shrapnel material over here. So we do not know what the shrapnel material was over here, but we understand that there were nails, nuts and bolts too, which was seized in a large quantity, which has already been taken by the Mysuru police. So this is something which is very crucial, which points to the fact that the bombs were prepared in Mysuru itself. And this has been happening for the past 6 to 7 months, because from what we understand, Mohan Kumar, who is the owner of the building, has also been summoned by the cops for interrogation. And during the interrogation, he's revealed that the suspect always used to go from his house in empty hands, but he always used to return with heavy bags along with him, but he did not know the nature of it. And the suspect has always remained low-key, is what the landlord Mohan Kumar is pointing out here, and therefore they did not doubt him. And he usually used to operate only during the day and largely stayed inside the rooms during the night, is the latest information that we are getting in this regard, Shawan.
Well, in fact, the Chief Minister has also spoken about the terror link that is essentially emerging right now. We'll also get to the latest details. Prajwal, I request you to stay on. Let's just play out that reaction coming in from the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಸುಮಾರು 4:45ಕ್ಕೆ ಆಟೋ ರಿಕ್ಷಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕುಕ್ಕರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆಟೋ ಡ್ರೈವರು ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಯಾಣಿಕ. ಇದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ತನಿಖೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅದೊಂದು LED ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರಿಶೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗ್ತದೆ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಯಾವ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಡೂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟ್ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದ, ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹೊಂದಿತ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ನು ನೈಜವಾದಂಥ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಹಲವಾರು ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದೊಂದು ಟೆರರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ NIA ಮತ್ತು IB ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ರಾಜ್ಯ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಸುದೀರ್ಘವಾದ ತನಿಖೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪೆಟ್ಟು ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ. ಅವನು ಎಚ್ಚರ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ತನಿಖೆಗೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಜ, ಈಗಿರೋ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಓಡಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಹಲವಾರು ಜಾಗಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಕೊಯಮತ್ತೂರು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವನು ಹೋಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಟೆರರ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದೊಂದು ಟೆರರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸೂಚನೆಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸತ್ಯ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜಾಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಭೇದಿಸುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
Let me also quickly once again bring in my colleague Prajwal. He's also getting us more details. In fact, Prajwal is reporting that the ADGP Alok Kumar has also now landed at Mangaluru airport. He would be going to the blast site. Just a quick update with regards to the investigation that's been carried out so far, with the NIA now also stepping in. Do we have some clarity as to who perhaps has taken responsibility for it, or what exactly is the clear terror link that is basically emerging, Prajwal?
Shawan, so far when the NIA sleuths as well as the IB officials have visited the spot, they have conducted multiple spot inquests at the spot where this particular auto blew off, and also where the auto rickshaw has been placed, because the auto rickshaw is right opposite from the place where I'm standing right now, because I'm standing right in front of the site where the blast took place, and it is being understood that they have made notable points in regard to the in regard to how the auto rickshaw had blown off as well. And now when the ADGP had earlier spoken before boarding his plane at the Devanahalli airport, at the Kempegowda International Airport, when questioned whether there was any sort of link with the banned organization PFI, he had gone on to state that only after complete details will emerge will he be able to speak about it. But also what is very crucial over here is the fact that NIA have gone on to arrest one of a prominent leader of the banned PFI outfit, Ijaz. That is the latest information that we are getting in now, that the NIA has gone on to detain Ijaz, who was a prominent leader in the Mangaluru region of the PFI, and he was planning to fly away to Dubai, is what we get to understand. And Ijaz also was out on bail, and he was asked to stay in Mangaluru, and if the cops needed him, they would summon him. But why was Ijaz going at a time when this blast had occurred yesterday is also another question that is being pointed out. And the NIA sleuths had intercepted him at the Mangaluru airport. So this is also something which is very crucial, where sources are stating that a PFI link may emerge over here, because a PFI leader, a leader of the banned PFI outfit, has also been taken into custody. But so far the Mangaluru Police Commissioner, Mr. Shashi Kumar, has not issued any official statement in this regard. So we will have to wait for that, because now we understand that the ADGP of Law and Order, Mr. Alok Kumar, is just a few minutes away, and security has also been beefed up completely at the blast site over here, Shawan.
Thank you very much, Prajwal, for getting us the latest details, a story that we'll be tracking very closely. Now steps down as the National Conference Chief Farooq Abdullah has spoken exclusively to Republica on his next political step. He shares his plan to contest the Jammu and Kashmir elections whenever that happens. Listen.
क्या रहेगा, क्योंकि अब अटकलें ये लगाई जा रही हैं कि आप जो प्रेसिडेंट की रेस है उससे तो बाहर हो चुके हैं।
देखिए, जम्मू कश्मीर नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस एक डेमोक्रेटिक पार्टी है, और डेमोक्रेटिक पार्टी में अब वक्त आ गया है कि जवानों को इस तंजीम को चलाना है। मैंने जितना कर सका मैंने अपनी जमात अपने वक्त में किया है। मैं भाग नहीं रहा हूँ, मैं जमात का आदमी हूँ और जमात के साथ जुटा रहूँगा और जमात को कामयाब करूँगा।
सर, यूथ ब्रिगेड का आपने नाम लिया, तो क्या माना जाए, क्योंकि बीजेपी एक चीज़ कह रही है कल से जब ये अफवाहें आई कि ये सिर्फ उमर अब्दुल्ला को इंस्टॉल करने के लिए, ये परिवार से बाहर नहीं जाएंगे, ये जो डेमोक्रेसी नाम की चीज़ की आप लोग बात करते हैं ये शैम है, ये बीजेपी कहती है।
बीजेपी तो बहुत कुछ कहती है, अब कितनों का जवाब दूंगा मैं।
सर, सभी को मौका दिया,
अपना कहने दीजिए, वो कहने वाले हैं, कहते रहेंगे।
तो सर,
मैं जिस स्कूल में पढ़ रहा था वहाँ एक मोटो था, दे से व्हाट दे से, लेट देम से व्हाट दे से, फॉर दे से व्हाट दे से।
तो सर, हर एक को मौका मिलेगा जो भी आना चाहे प्रेसिडेंट की पोल को कंटेस्ट करने?
किसने कहा नहीं? इट्स एन ओपन कॉन्टेस्ट। हमने कभी ये नहीं कहा कि इट्स ए क्लोज कॉन्टेस्ट, ओपन कॉन्टेस्ट।
सर, एक और सवाल, असेंबली इलेक्शंस में सर आप जो हैं कंटेस्ट करेंगे?
हाँ, मैं करूँगा, मैं कंटेस्ट करूँगा, मैं लड़ूंगा, इंशाल्लाह लड़ूंगा मैं।
अगर जल्दी इलेक्शन होते हैं तो फिर मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट
तैयार हूँ,
कभी भी हो?
कभी भी तैयार, मैं तैयार हूँ।
तो सर, रूट प्लान क्या रहेगा नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस का? क्या उस तरफ तैयारियां शुरू हो गई हैं कि इलेक्शंस कभी भी आ जाएं?
हमने हर वक्त तैयारी रखी है, हम लोग तैयार बैठे हुए हैं। जब अनाउंस करेंगे हम इनको दिखाएंगे हम कहाँ खड़े हैं।
सर, आपको लगता है कि लोग अभी भी एक्सेप्ट करेंगे? बीजेपी कहती है कि आप लोग रिजेक्ट हो चुके हैं।
जनाब, ये तो बीजेपी कहती है ना
जी,
लोग थोड़ी कहने दीजिए उनको।
Delhi police has launched a search operation in New Delhi's Maidan Gadi Pond for the skull of Shraddha Walkar.
To 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free BITO glucometer. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
In other top stories that we are tracking, in a big development in the Shraddha murder probe, Delhi police has recorded statements of 6 key witnesses in the case. Delhi police have recorded the statements of Shraddha's friend Shivani Matre and former manager. Today, Delhi police are set to question family members of the main accused in the case, Aftab Poonawala. Sources suggest Delhi police have recovered a sharp object from Shraddha murder accused Aftab Poonawala's flat. Investigators suspect it may have been used to chop live-in partner Shraddha Walker's body. Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain's legal team moves a special court with application seeking contempt action against the ED. Jain's legal team alleges that the ED had leaked CCTV footage despite an undertaking given in the court. With Gujarat Assembly elections round the corner, ruling BJP is now at the peak of its campaign. Prime Minister Modi is scheduled to hold close to 25 rallies. Today, the Prime Minister will visit the Somnath temple and then address 4 rallies in Saurashtra. At least 2 people injured as an auto rickshaw explodes in Mangaluru in Karnataka. No report of any casualties yet. According to Karnataka police, investigations into the auto rickshaw blast in Mangaluru initiated.
In Mangaluru City Commissionerate outskirts.
But in fact, can I get some big breaking news coming in all the way from Ukraine? There's been a big escalation in the Russia-Ukraine conflict with news agency AFP essentially reporting that a Ukrainian nuclear energy agency has now made a claim that Russia has shelled the territory of Zaporozhye nuclear plant. That's shortly after Moscow has accused Kiev of hitting the site of the power station. Remember, Ukraine has essentially made that allegation against Russia that nuclear power plants have always been the target of Russia right from the time that the war actually began. In fact, they also claim that one of the nuclear plants up north, which was basically taken into custody of the Russian soldiers when they had entered Ukraine. And now it turns out that Zaporozhye nuclear plant areas nearby have also been shelled. That's the latest now coming in. This has certainly led to a big escalation in Russia. Remember, one of the major cause of concern for the Ukrainian authorities have essentially been that large number of Ukrainian cities are now without any power, without any electricity. And this is something that has also been raised by the Ukrainian authorities with other countries essentially looking for some sort of a support to now come in. Just a quick recap of what we know so far. In fact, the Ukrainian Nuclear Energy Agency has made this claim that Russia has shelled the territory of Zaporozhye nuclear plant. That is shortly after Moscow had accused Kiev of hitting the site of the power station. That's the latest now coming in. In fact, the IAEA chief has also said that you've been playing with fire. In fact, Russia has also been warned to stay away from nuclear plant sites, which is essentially going to lead to a catastrophic results. That's a massive escalation in the Russia-Ukraine war. Now, this comes just about a day after United Kingdom Prime Minister Rishi Sunak had met Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. A pledge was also made by the UK authorities that an air defense package would also be released in order to augment the current situation, or rather the preparedness in Ukraine. On the other side, FIFA fever takes over. The stage is set for World Cup 2022 All the latest updates on the other side of this short break.
Will the opposition change the game?
भाजपा का जाने का टाइम आ गया है। अब गुजरात के अंदर नई राजनीति होगी। 27 साल से जो ये लोग लूट रहे थे, अब इसको बंद करने का टाइम आ गया।
Will the BJP buck the trend?
ગુજરાતને નફરત ફેલાવનારા લોકો એમને ગુજરાત ક્યારેય સ્વીકાર કરતું જેમણે ગુજરાતને બદનામ કરવાની કોશિશ કરી છે આ ગુજરાતની જનતા એમને વાળી છોડીને સાફ કરી નાખ્યા છે.
December 8th with Arnab.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain's legal team moves a special court with application seeking contempt action against the ED. Jain's legal team alleges that the ED had leaked CCTV footage despite an undertaking given in the court. With Gujarat Assembly elections round the corner, ruling BJP is now at the peak of its campaign. Prime Minister Modi scheduled to hold close to 25 rallies. Today, the Prime Minister will visit the Somnath temple and then address 4 rallies in Saurashtra. At least 2 people injured as an auto rickshaw explodes in Mangaluru in Karnataka. No report of any casualties yet. According to Karnataka police, investigations into the auto rickshaw blast in Mangaluru initiated.
In Mangaluru City Commissionerate outskirts near Kankanadi police station today evening at about 5 to 5:15 p.m. Fire has caught up in an auto from the bag of the passenger was to travel into the city, and both the passenger and auto driver, they have sustained burn injuries. They are being treated. No, we are trying to find out. We have requested our FSL team to come and take the samples and find out what exactly was the reason behind it. And we will do. We will be taking up a case in Kankanadi police station limits, and we will do the investigation. And if anything.
यानी भ्रष्टाचार घोटाले की गारंटी.
आज भाजपा का एक ही सिद्धांत है, सत्ता में रहना.
Clash has broken out between ground level workers of the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP in Surat.
Former US President Donald Trump's account on Twitter reappears on the social media platform after Elon Musk announced its reinstation.
Forces intensify crackdown on terror in Anantnag district of Jammu and Kashmir. 2 terrorists have been trapped in the encounter.
A very good evening. They say India is a sporting nation, but remember, when it comes to sports, cricket is just not the only game that we are all passionate about. It is also football. The reason why the FIFA World Cup that gets kick-started in just a few minutes from now is going to be a huge, huge event. As always, Republic, your one-stop destination for everything that you need to know. There are already a good deal amount of controversies, lot of chatter about it. In the next 30 minutes, this is exactly going to be our focus. But first up, the headlines. It is a bigger terror plot, says the Karnataka Chief Minister, after the Karnataka DGP says the blast is an act of terror. The NIA team and the IB now at the blast site. Police identify the key accused, Sharik, the passenger who's injured in the blast, also now taken in custody. Mangaluru is on high alert after the suspicious blast in an auto rickshaw. Security is beefed up. Probe is also underway. Coimbatore link now emerges to the Mangaluru blast. The police detained one person from Ooty, whose identity was used by the key accused, Sharik. The Delhi police launch a search operation in New Delhi's Maidangadi pond for the skull of Shraddha. And it is the FIFA fever taking over. The stage is all set for World Cup 2022. So there are a lot of firsts about this year's big FIFA event. For the very first time, it's actually moved to a Muslim country. It is the biggest of all sporting events, and like I said, we are at Republic. I'm going to get you everything that you need to know, whether it's about the event, the kind of rules, the kind of chatter that you see on social media. Doha is ready, and so are the fans, and so are we. We're getting you a glimpse now of the opening game, but first up, this is our colleague Nivedana, who's breaking every detail that you need to know.
Well, there's only one destination for football fans all over the world, and it is Qatar, because FIFA World Cup 2022 is calling. Now, lots to be expecting from this high extravaganza of a tournament. But on the other side, I'm Nivedana Prabhu, bringing you the lowdown of what to expect from this football fiesta. Now, let's talk about the groups that they've been categorized to. In fact, there are 8 groups. Now, when we talk about Group A, there's Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands. When we talk about Group B, it's all about England, Iran, USA, and Wales. When we talk about Group C, it's Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Now, Group D consists of France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. When we talk about Group E, it's going to be Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. And Group F has Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. When we talk about Group G, it has Brazil, Serbia, and Switzerland, and Cameroon. And when we talk about Group H, it has Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. Now, whenever teams put their best foot forward, quite literally, all of us look forward to watching our players, favorite players in action. And there is no surprises for guessing that if there's one name that everybody is going to be having their eyes on, is Lionel Messi. Now, when you talk about him being a part of Argentina, of course, he's one of the top players in the world. He's scored 784 goals for club and country. And of course, likely to display his last FIFA performance, because he will be turning 39 by the next World Cup. Now, another name that everybody looks forward to, and probably a favourite on most people's list, has to be Cristiano Ronaldo, playing from Portugal, who has scored 800 goals for club and country, and of course likely to play his last FIFA World Cup as well, because he will be turning 41 by the next FIFA World Cup. Now, another name to definitely watch out for has to be Neymar Jr. Now, of course, playing for Brazil, has emerged as one of the best players of the recent era. Another name that everybody is looking forward to in action has to be Kylian Mbappe. Now, France, of course, that he's been playing for, already bought World Cup glory in 2018, will be playing a key role in France's title defence. And one name that has to be definitely on everyone's list has to be Kevin De Bruyne, playing for Belgium. 2 brilliant assists at the last World Cup game, where, of course, it got him fame while playing for Manchester United as well. Now, you might have a favorite player, but at the end of the day, when we talk about the World Cup, it is all about which team you're rooting for. So let's take a quick look at the teams to watch out for in the FIFA World Cup 2022. Now, when we talk about Denmark, the FIFA ranking being 10, reached the semi-finals of Euro 2022 competition of the same. But on the other hand, when you talk of another team to look forward to, has to be Portugal. Now, remember, the FIFA ranking is 9, and they have a brilliant mixture of youth and veterans. Now, the Netherlands is another team that you've got to look forward to. Now, the FIFA ranking be 8 and, of course, topped in the World Cup qualifiers group with 6 wins and 2 draws and 1 defeat in the qualifiers. Now, one of the things that fans definitely look forward to rooting for, the team is Belgium, their FIFA ranking being 2. So they're, of course, going to be giving tough competitions to the rest and finished 3rd in the 2018 FIFA World Cup. And, of course, on the other side, if you're talking another team that definitely one will be looking forward to, or rather rooting, will be Germany. Now, the FIFA ranking is 11, and remember, they were the winners of the 2014 FIFA World Cup but failed to qualify for the 2018 knockout stage. So it will be very interesting to see what their strategy is going to be this time around. Now, one team that everybody definitely has when they look forward to the World Cup has to be Argentina. Of course, boasts of a lot of familiar faces, their ranking being 3. They have excellent bench strength. And on the other hand, another team that you have to look forward to is Spain. Their FIFA ranking, of course, is 7. But remember, this squad has promising young players. Now, one other team that you will definitely have to watch out for in the FIFA World Cup 2022 has to be England. Their FIFA ranking is number 5 and they finished 4th in the 2018 FIFA World Cup and runners-up of the Euro 2020 final. So that means it will be very interesting to see how they're going to put it together for the high-profile tournament. And of course, talking about another team has to be France. Their FIFA ranking being 4, that the reigning World Cup champion winner of the 2021 UEFA Nations League. And one team which is definitely on the top of the list and probably favourites as well, it is Brazil. Their FIFA ranking is 1, a strong squad with world-class players. So, of course, that definitely means that they will be a team to watch out for. How is this tournament going to pan out for them? We will, of course, have to wait and find out.
So that is Nivedna helping you understand why this World Cup, remember, is so important, and also what is another first. It's for the first time you have a Winter World Cup. Now, you sitting here in India might wonder, what do I have to do with this? So, let's also get you some very fascinating stories of people are really rooting for their teams. People are putting all at stake to be able to watch this game. And our Vice President, remember, is also in Qatar as we speak. You're looking at these images on your screens. The Vice President is on a 2-day visit to Qatar at the invitation of the Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of the State of Qatar. He was received earlier by the Ambassador of India to the State of Qatar and other senior officials. And on his 2-day visit, he's going to be interacting with prominent members of the Indian community also. Also expected to visit the Qatar National Museum. And later, also, there is an interaction with members of the Indian community organizations working for migrant Indian workers and members of what is called the Rajasthan Parivar Qatar. And after addressing the Indian community, later he departs for the hotel and then he's back in Delhi, but only on late Monday. And before all that really happens, all eyes are glued to that ceremony that gets kick-started in just less than an hour from now. And like I said, if you're watching us here in India, you know where to watch the entire ceremony, after which is the first match also. And like I said, all eyes right now tuned in to watch that opening ceremony that will also be broadcasted on various apps and digital platforms. And this World Cup, remember, is coming after a lot of wait. There is a lot of firsts in this and also a good amount of controversy. There has been a tirade of charges that have gone against Qatar when you talk about human rights, to also issues of not allowing alcohol close to the stadium, to a lot of other restrictions. So what do fans really think about this is a story that will be told a little later. But this is also the FIFA chief who's speaking up in detail about all these allegations, controversies and much more. And he says, sit back, because he believes this is going to be the best FIFA that you've ever seen.
FIFA World Cup commences from today.
And FIFA President Gianni Infantino promised the world's best World Cup ever as he fought critics of the event being held in Qatar.
Proud to be here. I'm proud to have this FIFA sign on my jacket. It's not easy every day to read all these critics for decisions which have been taken 12 years ago when nobody of us was there, and now everyone knows that we have to make the best out of it, and we have to make the best World Cup ever. And Doha is ready, Qatar is ready. It will be the best World Cup ever, of course, because you know better than me, the magic of football, as soon as this ball rolls, people will concentrate on that, because that's what people want.
During a press conference in Doha on Saturday, he said he feels gay, that he feels like a woman, that he feels like a migrant worker, and he lectured Europeans for criticizing Qatar's human rights record and defended the host country's last-minute decision to ban beer from the World Cup stadiums.
Today I feel Qatari. Today I feel Arab. Today I feel African. Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled. Today I feel a migrant worker.
The FIFA president delivered a one-hour tirade on the eve of the World Cup's opening match and then spent about 45 minutes answering questions from media about the Qatari government's actions and a wide range of other topics. Remember, Qatar has faced a litany of criticism since 2010 when it was chosen by the FIFA to host the biggest soccer tournament in the world. According to the London-based rights group Equidum, in a 75-page report released this month, said that the migrant laborers who built Qatar's World Cup stadiums often used to work long hours under the harsh conditions and were subjected to discrimination, wage theft, and other abuses as their employers evaded accountability. To which Infantino defended the country's immigration policy and praised the government for bringing in migrants to work.
We're not the United Nations, we're not the world police, we're not, the blue helmets. The only weapon that we have is the ball. And we have to try with this to engage, to explain, and to take results. And if, as a result of our actions, I have to take some critics, or even a lot of critics, but the consequence is that a few 100,000 workers in Qatar, for example, or a few thousand or 100,000 women in Iran are a little bit happier because they have higher salaries or because they can go to watch a football game, which is their passion. I take every critic on me.
Qatar made its pitch to host the tournament. The country agreed to FIFA's requirements of selling alcohol in stadiums. FIFA says non-alcoholic beer will be sold at 8 stadiums, while champagne, wine, whiskey and other alcohol will be served in the luxury hospitality areas of the arenas. Infantino denied that the ban of beer sales has harmed FIFA's relationship with Budweiser, its official beer sponsor.
Budweiser, as I said, we are partners for some decades, and we look forward to partner as well for the future. We agreed that already a few weeks ago, and I think this particular situation has brought us even closer together.
The World Cup begins today with an opening match between the host country Qatar and Ecuador. Agency report, Republic TV.
And this year's FIFA World Cup, remember, again has a lot of interesting firsts. The first time that you're having this, which actually becomes most expensive. Qatar, in fact, a very small nation, has put in a lot of money to ensure that this is the best World Cup ever. Not just that, for the first time, you have air-conditioned stadiums where this match is going to be played out. Let's bring together more highlights of the 2022 FIFA World Cup now for you. The World Cup actually kicks off today in Qatar after months of anticipation. The tournament is opening with host Qatar facing off against Ecuador. All in all, there are 32 teams that battle it out. The opening match between Qatar and Ecuador will take place at the stadium at 9:30 p.m. according to the Indian Standard Time. Ahead of the opening match, it's a glitzy fireworks ceremony that is expected shortly. FIFA World Cup 2022 will run between November 20th to the December month in Qatar, where you have 8 world-class stadiums that have been constructed or renovated to host the International Football Championship. Crowds of international fans poured at the international airport in Doha on the eve of the World Cup tournament. Amongst the faces that emerged into the arrival hall was that of Spanish former football player Carles Paul, who played for Barcelona.
We are very excited because it's playing Mexico again. So we are having the most exciting match with Argentina. That would be great.
Brazil arrived at their team hotel in Doha in Qatar on early Saturday, 5 days ahead of the World Cup opener against Serbia. Brazil, remember, is looking to win a record 6th World Cup, as well as Serbia will be facing Switzerland, Cameroon in Group G matches. France forward Karim Benzema has been ruled out of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar because of injury. This just 3 days before the defending champions begin their Group D campaign against Australia. The 34-year-old Real Madrid player has been struggling with an injury and he was unable to complete France's team training session on Saturday. Portugal trained with their full squad on Sunday morning in Doha as they continue their preparations for the World Cup. Portugal opened their World Cup campaign against Ghana, and the match is slated for Thursday, the 24th of November. Croatia defender Dejan Lovren has admitted that his former Liverpool teammate Mohamed Salah is 100% jealous that he is at the World Cup while he watches from afar. Now, the Egyptian star failed to qualify for Qatar 2022 after he missed a crucial penalty in a shootout against Senegal in the March playoff to decide who progressed to the Middle East's first World Cup. And there's no game without a fever, so there is a literal football fever also, not just in Qatar, but back home in India. Now, the football fans in Kochi district of Kerala have done something that you have not heard about. This is about getting together, spending 23 lakh rupees. The fans have spent such a huge amount to celebrate the World Cup by buying a property with a house in the village. And they all say that they will sit here and watch the match together. Now, this is a joint effort of as many as 17 football fans from this village that made this purchase possible. All these football fans have shared this 23 lakhs to buy the property. Notably, they've also painted the houses with colors of Brazil, Argentina and Portugal, as you can see on your screens, along with portraits of the Argentinian football star Lionel Messi and the Portugal football star Cristiano Ronaldo. Not just this, if you look very closely and more details of that fever, because they've placed cutouts of several other players and teams at this very property that they've jointly bought. Now, what they also say is that the villagers are mostly rooting for the teams of Brazil and Argentina. The buyers are also speaking up about their future plans after the World Cup excitement is over. They say this house will become a venue for social services, emergency services, and not to forget, future sporting events.
All the world is now in the spirit of football, and all are welcoming the 2022 World Cup in a very enthusiastic way. So we thought what we can be done in a creative way, because upcoming football World Cup is coming, and we have to do something special, that we thought. So we 17 people, actually we are gathering together every day here in the evening time. So we thought we can do something in different way. So we thought that we can buy. So in meantime, this house actually that house owner, the earlier house owner, he planned to sell the house. So we thought that we can buy. Why we cannot buy this house? So we 17 people plan to buy this house before the World Cup, and we can sit together and we can see the World Cup here. And as you see, these decorative items and flags like this, we can do something special for this World Cup. So we bought this house in that intention, and now in 23 lakh we bought this house. And now everybody is enjoying, and we thought that suppose we are here for last 15-20 years, we are here for evening time, we give evening gathering and get together here. So we thought that if we are buying this house and we can continue this gathering here, so that in future, in our next generation also can enjoy this this gathering, and their unity will be continue for the next generation. So that's we thought.
We head into a break right now, but when we come back, our non-stop rolling coverage of the biggest sporting event continues. FIFA fever literally takes over. The stage is set for World Cup 2022.
To 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, Beto has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free Beto glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
At least 2 people injured as an auto rickshaw explodes in Mangaluru in Karnataka. No report of any casualties yet. According to Karnataka police, investigations into the auto rickshaw blast in Mangaluru initiated.
In Mangaluru City Commissionerate outskirts near Kankanadi police station today evening at about 5 to 5:15 p.m. Fire has caught up in an auto. From the bag of the passenger was to travel into the city, and both the passenger and auto driver, they have sustained burn injuries. They are being treated. No, we are trying to find out. We have requested our FSL team to come and take the samples and find out what exactly was the reason behind it. And we will do we will be taking up a case in Kankanadi police station limits, and we will do the investigation, and if anything substantial is found, we'll share with the media, and let public not be carried away by any rumor mongering or misrepresented social media messages.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar criticizes Pakistan and China over their position in combating terrorism.
Your participation in the third No Money for Terror Ministerial Conference demonstrates the commitment that your countries have towards combating the common threat of terrorism and terrorism financing. I thank you for your presence. Terrorism is a growing challenge to international peace and security. Indeed, Prime Minister Modi has repeatedly emphasized that it
Welcome back. thank you for staying with us here on Republic. Doha has welcomed the soccer fans from across the world with fireworks on the eve of the FIFA World Cup 2022 opener. These are just some of the highlights.
On the eve of the FIFA opener, fireworks fizzled and crackled over the waterfront in Doha to welcome the legions of fans. The fireworks show, complete with illuminated drones, dazzled the crowds gathered along the waterfront.
The fireworks were amazing. I never see these fireworks I was in 25 events like this, you know, the players, the Master, Augusta Master, I was at the Open Championship, I was at the Olympic Games, at Rio and Tokyo, the last World Cup at Russia, but I never see these fireworks in any place in the world.
With a fiery welcome to the country, Doha is all set to face Ecuador in the opening clash at 9:30 p.m. Indian time. Agency report for Republic TV.
It's time for us to head into a very quick break, but when we come back, there is a lot of important stories developing in the country. We are looking closely at what possibly is a bigger terror plot. These images on your screens have shocked the entire country. Does this blast in Mangaluru have a link to what happened in Coimbatore? The full story on the other side. Also, the police have identified the key accused, Sharik, in the entire case. He's the same passenger who's injured in the blast. He right now is in custody.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar criticizes Pakistan and China over their position in combating terrorism.
Your participation in the third No Money for Terror Ministerial Conference demonstrates the commitment that your countries have towards combating the common threat of terrorism and terrorism financing. I thank you for your presence. Terrorism is a growing challenge to international peace and security. Indeed, Prime Minister Modi has repeatedly emphasized that it is, in fact, a threat to humanity itself. It is therefore absolutely vital for international community to come together and collectively fight this menace. Our gathering is part of that endeavor.
In other top stories that we are tracking, in a big development in the Shraddha murder probe, Delhi Police has recorded statements of 6 key witnesses in the case. Delhi Police have recorded the statements of Shraddha's friend Shivani Matre and former manager. Today, Delhi Police are set to question family members of the main accused in the case, Aftab Poonawalla. Sources suggest Delhi Police have recovered a sharp object from Shraddha murder accused Aftab Poonawalla's flat. Investigators suspect it may have been used to chop live-in partner Shraddha Walker's body. Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain's legal team moves a special court with application seeking contempt action against the ED. Jain's legal team. BJP has shared a video alleging appeasement politics by a Congress candidate. Chandanji Thakur is heard saying that only Muslims can save the Congress and India. A suspicious blast inside an auto rickshaw reported from Mangaluru saw pieces of a cooker which blew up inside the auto rickshaw. It's football's biggest festival. The much-awaited FIFA World Cup 2022 kicks off today in Qatar.
It's a bigger terror plot, says the Karnataka Chief Minister, after DGP says blast an act of terror. NIA team and IB at the blast site. Police identified the key accused, a Sharik passenger injured in the blast, taken into custody. Mangaluru on high alert after suspicious blast in auto rickshaw, security beefed up, probe underway. Coimbatore link now emerges to Mangaluru blast. Police detains one person from Ooty whose identity was used by the key accused Sharik. Delhi police launch search operation in New Delhi's Maidan Gadi Pond for the skull of Shraddha World Cup. FIFA fever takes over, stages set for World Cup 2022. With MCD elections around the corner, BJP has upped the ante against their principal opponent, the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember, Aam Aadmi Party essentially finds itself in the dock with that video that has emerged from Tihar jail of Minister Satyendra Jain. My colleague Madhurima and Tanisha, they've spoken to JP Nadda and Himanta Biswa Sharma, who've now hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party. In fact, JP Nadda, who spoke to Republic a short while back, essentially said that Arvind Kejriwal has deceived the people of Delhi. There is a lot of corruption which has now been exposed, and it is the people of Delhi who will teach Kejriwal a proper lesson. Let's play out that interview that my colleague Tanisha Avasthi did with JP Nadda.
Right now we are with Jagat Prakash Nadda ji, is the BJP president. We are here. The BJP, remember, is doing rally in 14 areas today, 14 districts of the national capital, and all of this because of the upcoming MCD polls that's there. We have with us JP Nadda ji. Sir, आज ही केजरीवाल जी ने ये कहा है अपने ट्वीट पे कि उस पार्टी को मत जिताइए एमसीडी में जो वेलफेयर, दिल्ली के वेलफेयर को रोक रही है। क्या कहना चाहते हैं आप इस बारे में?
देखिए, केजरीवाल जी ने जिस तरीके से दिल्ली की जनता को ठगा है, धोखा दिया है और कुशासन फैलाया है और आखंड भ्रष्टाचार फैलाया है, ऐसे को दिल्ली की जनता सबक सिखाने के लिए आतुर है। और ये उत्साह आपको दिख रहा है, ये उत्साह बताता है कि किस तरीके से दिल्ली की जनता उनको सबक सिखाने के लिए लगी है। उन्होंने भ्रष्टाचार किया है, अनाचार किया है, दिल्ली में एमसीडी को आर्थिक रूप से उसका गला घोटने का प्रयास किया है, सौतेला व्यवहार किया है। सबका जवाब दिल्ली की जनता इस चुनाव में देने वाली है।
सर, अभी एक वीडियो वायरल हुआ था जहां पे सत्येंद्र जी जेल में मसाज लेते हुए उनका वीडियो वो वायरल हुआ था, बट आम आदमी पार्टी ने इसको ये कहा है कि वो फिजियोथेरेपी ले रहे थे और बीजेपी ये सब इसीलिए कर रही है क्योंकि वो एमसीडी और गुजरात चुनाव हारने वाली है।
ऐसा है, ये इनकी बेशर्मी की हद है कि इस तरीके की बात कह रहे हैं कि फिजियोथेरेपी होती है। 4-4 आदमी सेल में जाकर के फिजियोथेरेपी कराता है। ये किसको नियम सिखा रहे हैं? ये भ्रष्टाचार और भ्रष्टाचार का नमूना दिल्ली की जनता ने देखा है और दिल्ली की जनता इसका जवाब भी देगी। दूसरी बात कि नियमों को की धज्जियां उड़ाना, ये आम आदमी पार्टी का चरित्र है, कैरेक्टर है और केजरीवाल उसके रहनुमा है। ऐसे लोगों को दिल्ली की जनता आज ठगी महसूस करती है और उसका सर नीचा हो जाता है कि ऐसी पार्टी जो एक मंत्री जो क्रिमिनल हुआ, जिसके ऊपर भ्रष्टाचार के आरोप लगे, वो तिहाड़ जेल में बंद है और उसकी इस तरीके से सेवा हो रही है, यह आम आदमी पार्टी का चाल चरित्र चेहरा बताता है।
Well, in fact, my colleague Madhurima also spoke to Himanta Biswa Sharma, Assam Chief Minister, who's also campaigning here in the national capital for the MCD polls. Remember, this is going to be a high-voltage elections around the corner with the BJP in power right now in the MCD. Aam Aadmi Party essentially indicating that if they are voted to power, there is going to be better coordination given the fact that they do not have enough power to carry on with the developmental work. But at the same time, they find themselves in a spot because BJP essentially hitting out saying that for a party which has essentially projected themselves as the Kattar Imandar party, it is turning out that their top leaders are now being probed for corruption links, starting from the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, whose name has emerged in the liquor gate. And now you also have Satyendra Jain, who's been behind bars for several months put together in once again a disproportionate assets case. Let's also play out that interview that was done by my colleague Madhurima with Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, who's also hit out at Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal.
With us, we have Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma with us. Major campaigning happening in the national capital ahead of MCD poll. Sir, thank you for speaking with us. MCD is major high stakes for the BJP. How do you think the BJP performing the fourth time?
I think BJP will win hands down. People realize that for the development of Delhi, you need Prime Minister Narendra Modi, you need Bharatiya Janata Party, and I am sure that BJP will get a massive mandate.
Sir, how do you react to Satyendra Jain's viral video? Because the Aam Aadmi Party still says कि वो कट्टर ईमानदार है, and it was nothing but a physiotherapy session.
मैंने तो जिंदगी में I have not seen physiotherapy session in that manner. I think this physiotherapy must be invented somewhere else, not in India.
So what do you demand the kind of action that should be taken against Satyendra Jain and other accused?
I think those who are outside, they should go inside.
So how do you see this entire rebuttal happening from the Aam Aadmi Party?
From the rebuttal, the more you hear, the more you convince that you have done something seriously wrong.
Sir, my last question regarding there's a criminal case here, and now Shraddha's father, where the 35 pieces, he's saying that this is a case of love jihad. How do you see it?
This is a case of 100% love jihad. People must be united against it. Otherwise, every city, every village, you will get one after.
Well, all the top leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party right now campaigning for BJP in the MCD polls. In fact, these are the latest visuals now coming in of BJP President JP Nadda in a roadshow that's being carried out in the national capital. We'll try and go across to my colleague Tanisha Awasthi, who's got us that exclusive interview with JP Nadda, who's once again hit out at Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal and essentially trying to indicate that Satyendra Jain, a man whom Arvind Kejriwal and his entire team is essentially backing. They're saying that how can a criminal essentially get all the services in the jail? Pivoting this entire campaign here in the national capital, indicating that for a party which has projected themselves as the honest, the Imandar party, turns out that they are knee-deep in corruption issues. Let's see if we can have our reporters on the ground. Tanisha is joining us on the phone line right now. Tanisha, high voltage, high octane campaigning that's going on in the national capital. The strategy essentially of the BJP being that they want to expose the Aam Aadmi Party by linking them in various corruption cases.
Right, rightly said, Shravan. When we had a word with BJP President JP Nadda, he clearly launched a very, very scathing attack on the Aam Aadmi Party, saying that Aam Aadmi Party is a party full of corruption, and because they cannot trust Kejriwal has always made false promises, and that is why the people of Delhi should not be voting them back again. He clearly hit out when we talked to him about the Satyendra Jain controversy that's been happening. He clearly hit out at the physiotherapy claim that the Aam Aadmi Party has been putting by saying that how are 4 people allowed in a cell, which is against the rule book. Remember yesterday when we were talking to the former Tihar jail official as well. He also had the same contention that a physiotherapy ward is different in a jail cell, and 4 people cannot entertain even if he's a minister. And this is what the BJP has been saying since day one. So clearly, very, very scathing attack coming out, and this mega campaign that the BJP has launched called the Vijay Sankalp, which is to show their strength in the national capital, and to tell the Dalites to vote them back again in the civic body polls. Remember, it's been back to back. The BJP has got thumping wins in the MCD polls, and this time as well, BJP seems quite confident enough. We are right now at JP Nadda's road show that's been going on in the south of Delhi. Remember, today, 14 districts all across the national capital saw similar road shows where who's who of the Bharatiya Janata Party were there. They were campaigning for the BJP, and this was the Vijay Sankalp, as they call it, where the who's who of the BJP has been aiming at specific districts.
Tanisha, sorry to interrupt you. We're getting in some more breaking news right now. Well, quickly focusing right now on the latest as far as the Mangaluru blast is concerned. On your screens right now, latest visuals of the ADGP, Alok Kumar, who is at the spot inspecting the blast site. That's the auto rickshaw in question. In fact, we'll try and go across to my colleague Prajwal. Remember, after the blast took place, the DGP of Karnataka has now confirmed that this is an act of terror. We do not know who's really behind it. Whether at all this is once again linked to certain sleeper cells, that's a confirmation we're waiting from the police. We'll try and go across to Prajwal. Prajwal, just walk us through the details that you are picking up right now.
DGP of Law and Order, Alok Kumar, along with the Police Commissioner of Mangaluru, Shashi Kumar, are here at the spot along with several top cops of Mangaluru as well. And this was the very same auto rickshaw.
This was the very same auto rickshaw. This was in fact the very same auto rickshaw which was which exploded under mysterious circumstances, and later it was found out that this was the very same auto rickshaw which had the pressure cooker now. And also there has been a series of investigations which was conducted since morning. Spot inquest which was conducted by the IB officials as well as the NIA sleuths too, where they had conducted spot merger as well. So finally now the ADGP of Law and Order has flown in from Bengaluru to Mangaluru, and he's going on and conducting he's conducting a spot inquest here, and he's gathering more and more details now from the cops who have been working tirelessly on this incident. And now on your screens you can see that one of the sleuths from the intelligence department is in fact briefing the ADGP Alok Kumar as to what exactly had happened and what is the nature of material that was taken in, because the FSL sleuths had also gone on to collect several material over here, and therefore he's being briefed about the entire scenario as to what exactly happened over here, because these were the very same cops who had gone on to recreate the crime scene over here at the blast site on the Pumpwell main road where we are standing now, even as you are getting these visuals on your screens. And he's been he's taking a stock of the situation. He's getting to understand exactly as to what has happened, because he has been having a series of video calls along with even the Chief Minister of Karnataka as well as the DGP, because shortly a while ago we did speak to the DGP who was briefing about the situation to the Chief Minister of Karnataka at his official residence in Bengaluru now. So the